Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Aged Out Reacts with the two hosts of the Aged Out podcast, Mike Fantini
Evan Worrell.
and we are back today with more of our WGI Percussion 2023 coverage for this season. We've looked at Pulse, we've looked at RCC so far. We've got a good Monarch video, a couple videos actually today. We're going to be doing like a battery show chunk from their warm up. That's like a minute and a half long, and then we'll do their show on the floor. And actually, Evan, you asked me before as we were planning this, have we ever done a reaction to like a show on the floor for indoor before? And I don't think we have.
I don't think so. I don't recall it if we have. It's not been recent. So.
Yeah, if we did, if we're just not remembering, and one of you listeners or viewers out there knows we have or haven't, just let us know in the comments, remind us. But I honestly don't remember. We've done so many of these at this point. It's pretty wild. But before we get into this, make sure you hit the subscribe button, comment, like the video, share the video with anyone you think that might enjoy it. That goes a long way with the algorithm, all that good stuff. If you want to become a member on YouTube, it's just 99 cents a month. If you want to support us financially, it's the only option. All that just goes towards, we're going to WGI finals this year. We'll be going to probably a regional, and that all just kind of goes to help funding travel costs or whatever, if you so choose. But if not, we appreciate the viewership all the same. That's there if you would like to take advantage of it to help us. And then Facebook, Instagram, never miss an update. We're posting shorts on We're on YouTube here, and we're putting the same short little video clips on YouTube not YouTube. I'm all over the place. Instagram, Reels, excuse me. There we go.
Social media.
Yeah, social media platforms. We're on all of them. Podcast on all podcast services. The big ones: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. All right. Before I say something else wrong, let's just start.
Here we go.
Pearl drum sounds so good.
Hard to mess up.
Ooh,
great.
That was a good crescendo. Listen to the bass run at the very end of that phrase. The flat line's playing. Listen to the bass run that ends it.
Some good dynamic commitment.
They crescendos. And there's some little, again, as we've been doing, we're not going to be calling a lot of ticks and stuff, but you can hear the sound quality and blend in the snare line specifically already within those rolls. Like there might be somebody ticked the first diddle or rips the last diddle of the roll, but they're moving and they're dynamically moving together, and the blend and balance is really good for how early it is, especially for indoor.
Yeah. There's gonna be ticks. It's just this part of the year.
All right, listen to that bass line as this phrase ends. The basses are tuned immaculately, and they nail this run.
Going down to the edge. Solo. Whew, yeah.
Good hand hands.
Big a bit.
Good control at the edge. Yeah.
Yeah, quads rovers.
Good quad rolls.
Woo! Layering the battery build.
Compositionally, that phrase built really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going all the way down to the gut edge and then layering in through the high drums on the toms and then down the drums and down in the bass voicing.
Yeah. Really well done by the performers and from a compositional standpoint. I have to say already, just this little snippet that I've heard so far, this battery book is better than last year's already. It's more interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely more aggressive.
Yes.
Or at least this small section of it. Yeah.
This snapshot. Yeah, that was the thing with them last year. I thought they played really well in 2022. Most of the season, honestly, and they were really solid by the end. I just felt like, I think I said it on their videos back then too, the show itself, it just didn't do much for me. It was a 6 out of 10, it was just kind of stagnant a little bit.
Kind of left you wanting just a little bit more.
Because you could tell the players could handle more, but I feel like based on the the show itself, it kind of boxed them in musically based on the music they were working with.
Yeah,
but
this should be. I'm anxious. I haven't watched the whole show. I know one of our followers, had sent it twice or something. Like, you guys got to watch this. You got. All right,
we're gonna watch it.
We got you, bro.
All right, I'm gonna switch this video. Pull up them on the floor. This is like 4 minutes and 40 seconds, so they have like 4.5 minutes of show. It's called. I think they said the name.
And this is from even like probably I think maybe a couple weeks ago. Like maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I think.
The same weekend as the Pulse preview show.
So yeah, I think that was like the 4th or something.
No, it was the same weekend the RCC show happened on.
Okay.
Because they came out, because we mentioned in that video that we were going to do Monarch next. So, all right, we're done. Let's check the show out here.
Like the Wind. Texas
Like the
Culinary
Wind.
Circuit is proud to present Monarch Independent.
This way, done that. I can relate.
I think everyone has at some point in their marching career.
Wide intervals down at the bottom end of that wood stuff. It's a lot of independent timings, responsibilities, section to section.
Long bass moment. I like it.
Especially too with the like space and time
Yeah.
at the back, very difficult.
And it kind of works with the ethereal nature of the concept of wind.
Oh, there's a flute player. Can't hear it. First show, maybe it's a balance issue.
Yeah, good roll. Dude, they sound good on the floor already.
Good front to back alignment through the snares and keys.
Good left-hand lead tap
Handled
rolls.
very well through the drift over to side 2. Oh, now I can hear the flute.
Very stylized from the snare line. Left hand.
Dude, these are long phrases. for
Very long
individual
segmental
sections.
phrases.
Very exposed.
Whew. All right. So
Very
I have to
exposed.
point something out as like a snare drum head by nature, by trade. That was so well. One, I thought they played the hell out of that whole phrase. There's some little stuff, but it's early season stuff you'd expect. How often do you hear a snare feature, especially one that's that long? I think they played 2 rim shots the whole time.
That's a good point.
They played 2 rim shots the whole time, yet there was so much dynamic difference utilizing that gut edge, move to the center, move back to the edge to continue that ebb and flow of like the wind in the concept of the show within the musical battery writing that I'm going to back up and listen to the snare phrase one more time. There's 2 shots that pop out like just gunfire out of nowhere, and they're so poignant because there's none before it, and then you don't hear another shot the rest of the phrase. And I really hope I'm right about that, but I'm pretty sure. Since I'm going back, but it was very cool. You don't hear people do that very often with a long snare moment. All right, here we go.
I guess these props are supposed to be wind chimes. That's what
That's what I take them as, wind chimes. Right there. Those 2 quick pings.
Tasty.
4 shots. They're scarce. Okay, some of those rolls are nasty in that too. The shots are scarce is my point. That's
Nice.
Oh wait.
Base.
Dude, that long bass run's just like written, just like sprinkling the quads and snares.
They're very vertical moment, front to back, battery front ensemble. Dun, dun, dun.
Very cool. Yeah, that's a.
Yeah.
So not only have we had long segmented phrases, you just had a massive vertical moment of the whole ensemble, but it didn't get muddy. Like
it's so, well, it's still.
from a,
yeah.
I don't mean from a clarity standpoint. I mean like it didn't get overcluttered from a
From a
writing
conceptual standpoint.
Yes.
It's like a big macro phrase too, which is, I mean, how you can extend those phrases so long and not just write so dense through the whole time. So it allows the phrase to just build continuously when you're just layering in parts and it's not vertically scored the whole time, which helps you keep from like climaxing too soon. So.
Mm-hmm.
And there definitely feels like they're playing more. I don't want to say more substance, but just
I'll
they're
make that
playing more
statement.
than they did last year. I mean,
I think there's more beef to what the battery's playing at least.
yeah.
Hands down, seeing most of the show now.
I always feel like these moments are so impressive from the front because there's so much room for error.
There's always a lot of space rhythmically, tons of dynamic contrast.
And those phrases usually take the season just because it takes the performers a while to just lock into the feel and the vibe and the flow of everything and how they want to bend and move it.
So what do they probably have, like 2 more minutes of show, you think? That was like 4.5 minutes.
I think the sweet spot for WGI is like 6:40 to 7-ish, I think.
Yeah.
So they probably got a couple more minutes.
Mm-hmm. I definitely like it way more than last season's show already. I hear the show concept just in the musical writing. Like they did a really good job of that ethereal push and pull of wind blowing. So
Yeah. And I mean, just within the soundscape too. So just the breath and the wash of air. So
there's a lot of like times the front will pop out of a vertical or just a phrase in general and play in the upper registers of the keyboards just to make it get that high pitch of like chimes and stuff on.
And I've seen a few other groups too that the show concepts similar to this one are very, I don't want to say generic, but simple on the surface level, which you can get as deep intellectually as you want. But it's something that you can latch onto right from the beginning and just enjoy the show. You don't have to feel like, it's overly heady or deep or overly done. So them, along with a few of the other shows that I've already seen and people sent videos of, and I'm like, I just am able to enjoy you guys playing well.
I get what they're doing,
what is going on.
and I reiterate, and I can't emphasize this more, that they're playing very well for February 4th or whatever the heck last weekend date this was. The front, the basses, the quads. Where did I should have looked this up before we started. Where did Monarch finish last year? 8th, 9th?
I'd say like 10th or something.
Were they 10th?
I think it was somewhere in there.
I predict they will finish higher than 10th this year.
Yeah, I'm still away from doing predictions. I saw somebody's like, do predictions. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to see some shows first.
I actually had the thought, I was like, once we've seen most of like the meat and potatoes of Independent World, it's like we can do like a way too early finals predictions and then just see how it ages.
Yeah, it's like
It's like
early
throwing
season-
It's like throwing darts at a board at that point.
It's
You have
like
no idea.
preseason NCAA, like just ranking teams and nobody's
Yeah.
played yet. Like, all right,
Just
good luck.
based off recruitment. Yeah. But
Didn't
no,
work out too well for UK.
I would be so I'll say this. I think that if they finished 10th last season, and someone let us know in the comments where they
11th.
finished 11th,
Yeah.
I think they will be higher than 11th. I think they play too well at the end of the day.
I think they played better than last year. Well, I don't
Not
want to say from a clarity standpoint already. but
relatively.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. The sound quality from the battery is already very blended and just sounds good for how early it is. So I think they're off to a really good start. I think they're going to have a good finish. But that's all we got. Remember, hit the join button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. And we will see everybody in the next video.
Peace.